Good evening, everyone. This is TC with $1stockpicks.com. Tonight we're going to be covering the end-of-day picks for and the recaps for our playlist that we give out every day at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so the first pick that we're going to do a recap on is PIR. Okay, we alerted this at 34 cents. 3% goal was 35 cents. Let's see how it did. Chart analysis on the day we released it suggests a short-term move up to about 44, 45 cents per share. Based on this candlestick, it looks like it did go up and hit that. If you remember, I said the stock was getting some support here at the 5-day moving average and moving up. So from there, like I said, over the next couple of days, we could see this go up to the 20-day moving average, which is declining a little bit based on price. So it's currently at the 76-cent mark. If we look at the 5-minute chart, you can see where the action's at. It looks like we came out of the gate with a little bit of volatility, coming up here and hitting about 39 cents, then finding some support again at the 38 mark, and then just started to trend upward. We hit a high of 44 plus, actually, excuse me, 40 plus, right there at 225. So took a little bit to get to the goal, but like I said, it went up and hit one of our retracement lines based on the measured move. So thanks to the Fibonacci retracement lines, we will measure our moves and see if we can maximize our potential gains. Like I said, on this one, we had a potential gain of 36.67%. So great job trading that one if you were in it. Okay, moving on to the next one. Ktov. This one had a good day. Yesterday, it went up and went through this 100% retracement line, reaching recent highs of about 126 per share. Went up to a high of about 135 yesterday. We alerted this as it retraced back downward and found some support at about 112. So right about here. And then it fell below that retracement line before close. A daily chart suggests a short-term move back up to about the 126 area or 135 based on this long candlestick in volume. Of course, today it didn't have that type of volume, so we did find a little bit of resistance there at the 112 level, hitting a high of about 114 today with a potential gain of 1.79%. At the 5-minute chart here, we see that within the first 25 minutes of trading, it went up and hit a high of the 114 I was talking about. Also, I like to point out sometimes pre-market, we do get some moves above the 3% mark, which the high here was 125 pre-market. So if you do have an account that can trade, sometimes be looking to get out aftermarket or even pre-market sometimes. Even you can see a dip right here down to about the $1 mark in the pre-market. And then it went up and, like I said, to the 114. All right, so moving on to the next one. AMR. On the daily chart, look at this one. It was holding the 5-day moving average in the 20, coming in there for a crossover. Found some support at the 127 level, price level. We had a chart analysis on that suggests a short-term move up to about 143. The high of the day, first off, the alert was at 121 per share, so just slightly under that price line. The goal was 125%. The high of the day, 45, going above the next retracement line, which was our chart analysis on that. given a total gain of 19.83%. If we look at the 5-minute chart, you can see that within the first couple hours of trading, we went up and hit the high of the day at 11.15. So hitting the price point of 145. As you can see, as it approached that line, it was not sure about that level. So then after it went above it and came down, that was a good indication that it would not hold that level. And then it came down and found support back at the 127. Okay, so moving on to the next pick, Agen, the last one for our recap. Looking at the daily chart, my daily chart suggests a short-term move up to about 313. We alerted this one at 275. 3% goal is 283. So we alerted it slightly below this retracement line. It already moved up through that the day before, or throughout the day, intraday. A little bit more volume, almost nearly hitting 4 million shares traded. The 5-minute chart, you can see where the action is. We went up the gate, nearly hit retracement line at about 10:30. That would have been good enough for me personally, with my with my reward, my risk reward threshold. However, it did come down for a slight dip and went up and hit the retracement line there at 313, giving us the high of the day being 314 and a potential gain of 14.18%. So good job trading that one if you traded it. Also with AMR, that was an awesome trade as well. Now moving into today's picks. Agen. Okay, we've had this one on our list quite a bit. It's had an awesome move previously over the past couple months. We've been watching this since October. Well, going into October, back in September. If I zoom in here on the daily chart, we can see that it's come down to a neutral area, finding some support here at the 85, 84 cent level, where the 5-minute chart is, or 5-day moving average is. Daily chart suggests a short-term move, probably to the 92 mark. We ordered this at 86 cents. 3% goal is 89 cents. So you only need approximately 3 cents there for that 3% goal. However, we got the 20-day moving average right here. We'll probably see it, the price tomorrow or Monday, go up to this 92 point level. If it breaks through that, we'll see with volume, we'll see 104. Okay, so that's what I see by way of chart analysis on that one. Let's move on to the next one, GTXI. This one was looking pretty good on the daily chart. We're finding some support here at the 5-day moving average. We're staying above it for the past 3 days. We're finding some support also here at the 88 cent level. We alerted this one at 92 cents. Like I said, another 3 cents will give you the 3%, since it's under $1, or right at near $1. We have the 20-day moving average here at 102. That's the price that I would be looking to set my order at personally, for my threshold. But if it makes it through the 96 cent area, be looking for the 103. So the daily chart would suggest short-term move, probably up to about the 103 level. But we could find some resistance here between the 96 and the 102. All right, moving on to the next one. We are just cruising through these. ACHV, also another good one, looking to hold up a similar pattern above the 5-day moving average for the past 3 days. We also have the 20-day moving average here. We're looking for a cross. Looks like this retracement line was a little bit of resistance for it today. It went up. It didn't quite make it and stay above the 136 level. So tomorrow out of the gate, you should be watching for that. to see that if it goes above that and holds it, or if it's going to find some resistance there. But for a short-term move, based on the chart and this candlestick going up to a high of 145, for me, chart analysis suggests a short-term move up to about 145 or the 150 mark based on this pattern. If it breaks those levels, we could see 156. So again, we alerted this at 133, slightly below that retracement level, and we will look at a 3% goal of 137. All right, moving on to the last one, TNXP. Sorry, I have to zoom in for this. Let's see here. All right, this one was alerted at 218. 3% goal is 225. It's finding some support here at the 5-day moving average, with the 20-day moving average kind of pinching in here. You can see the wick that went up to about the 230 mark. So daily chart suggests a short-term move up to about the 241 level. I like to see this with similar volume and price action go up to about the 241 for me. So again, this is TC. Have a great weekend. $1stockpicks.com. We'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.